Coming up on News Live at 6, Operation Orange Warmup starts today and continues through December 16th. How the program is supporting Syracuse students.
Plus, Hendricks Chapel hosted their monthly Interfaith Day of Service and Learning, how this month's differed from the past.
Wagaman's Lights on the Lake event has its opening night at Onondaga County Parks. News Live at 6 starts right now.
This is CitrusTV News Live at 6, your campus news leader.
As we head into the colder months, students are starting to need to layer up as they head to class and brave the Syracuse winters. Welcome into News Live at 6. I'm Kaitlin Campbell.
And I'm Riley Faye. Thanks for joining us. One annual initiative is asking for donations to give coats back to students this winter. Our Kate Tannenbaum shares why this cause is so important.
When the wind starts to whip and the snow starts to stick to the ground, that's when Syracuse students know it's time to pull out their winter coats. But every year, some aren't prepared for the cold.
A lot of our international students that come from warmer climates, they get to Syracuse, and though they may not be able to go home for what we consider our holiday or winter break, they're here and it's pretty cold outside. And so they are not necessarily equipped with the clothing to basically keep them warm through the winter months.
That's how Operation Orange Warmup came to be. A program in which Syracuse residents can donate winter coats to their fellow students who may not have one. Donation bins are located all over campus, including at Hendricks Chapel, Shine Student Center, Goldstein Student Center, and various residence halls, making it easy for students to give and for those in need to pick up.
It's from students from any type of warm climate or any climate period. You could be from Syracuse and still need a warm coat, and so we want to make sure we provide that service to students.
With donations being given by students for students, Operation Orange Warmup is also a great way to build community here on campus.
We live in this university, and I feel like giving back to the community is so important because at times we can get really caught up in the campus life and sort of trapped in that bubble, and we forget about the world around us and the people in need.
The initiative hopes to ensure that no one has to face a Syracuse winter unprotected. For CitrusTV News, I'm Kate Tannenbaum.
Thanks so much, Kate. What a great story. And what started as a way to unite members of the Muslim and Jewish faiths has grown into something for everyone. Citrus TV's Brody Miller has more on what this month's day of service and learning did for both community and participants.
One Sunday morning at a time
is how Hendricks Chapel hopes to better the community. Hendricks hosts monthly Interfaith Service Learning Days, where participants discuss and learn about different faiths while volunteering. This month, event organizer Mian Hamid decided to nurture mutual respect in nature.
Usually, we package goods and hygiene products to give back to the community. However, this time around, I wanted us to have some sort of event where we could get more of a hands-on type of experience. Thus, we ended up coming here at Punser Hallow.
While their actions focused on removing invasive species to restore biodiversity.
So I was cutting down a bunch of the honeysuckles. So I got a bunch of big trees and honeysuckles, and we were putting them all in piles to help conserve the environment.
Their conversations focused on how to not be an invasive person. Volunteers discussed how to treat nature and each other in every condition.
During the learning portion, we were having a couple of discussion questions pertaining to our respective faith tradition and nature as a whole.
Hamid says that service days like these allow participants to model the world they want to live in, not just mirror it, one of acceptance and respect.
It allows us to see that despite all the differences, we are able to serve with one another for the greater good of the community.
Additional information for future service learning days can be found on Hendricks Chapel website. For CitrusTV News, I'm Brody Miller.
Thanks, Brody. And back on campus starting soon, the first info session for students interested in being a resident advisor next year. It's being held in 32 Eggers Hall from 7 to 8 tonight. If you can't make it tonight, there will be in-person sessions until Thursday this week and until Wednesday the week after Thanksgiving break. 2 virtual sessions will be held during winter break.
Staying on campus, SU's DanceWorks is celebrating their 40th anniversary this year with a new event. Our Grace Elford tells us how 20 student groups got their time to shine on stage. Grace?
SU's DanceWorks hosted their first DanceWorks with the Stars show this weekend. But just like the iconic TV show, the talent was a little different.
So we always hear from our friends who are non-dancers when they come to our spring showcase every year. They're like, we want to be able to be in DanceWorks, but we don't know how to dance.
The DanceWorks staff was pleasantly surprised with the success of their idea, combining their own dancers with students from other clubs. They sold out 300 seats in just 30 minutes.
While we were planning, I think one of our biggest concerns was that people wouldn't want to participate. People love DanceWorks more than we realized. Yeah.
Dancers were paired with representatives from 20 other groups on campus. For the pros, working with someone outside the org was the highlight of their experience.
It's really exciting to get to choreograph again and be in the studio with someone who hasn't danced so long. You kind of are forced to get comfortable with each other, which I think definitely helps.
Most of all, DanceWorks is proud of how performing brought together people from the SU community.
We didn't know each other at all going into it, but I feel like after the second practice, we loved it.
For the judges, DanceWorks with the Stars earned a perfect score, 10 out of 10.
This has been really fun, kind of initiating this and being the first to really create this performance.
For CitrusTV News, I'm Grace Elford.
Thanks, Grace. I think Saturday was the perfect day to be inside at an event like this because it was cold and rainy.
Oh my gosh, I feel like we went from fall foliage, all the colors, to now being freezing cold. I feel like I'm constantly now shivering and needing to layer up.
Yeah, the mix of rain and snow. Grace, what's going on outside right now, weather-wise?
Well, guys, it is pretty chilly and windy out here. As you can see, the wind is blowing my hair, and it is only around 35 degrees, but it's feeling much, much colder with the wind. And tonight we're going to be experiencing about the same thing, 34 degrees and a chance of snow. Now, around the region of CNY, it's pretty much the same thing in the 30s, but we actually do have a winter weather advisory for Onondaga, Madison, Tompkins, pretty much all the CNY counties. And there could be about 3 to 6 inches of lake effect snow tonight. So just make sure tonight and tomorrow morning when you're driving around, that you could, be really careful. Make sure that you're driving slow, and the roads could be slick. So just make sure you're exercising a lot of caution. I'll have more for you later on in the show.
Thanks so much, Grace. Definitely come back inside where it's a little bit warmer. But for tonight, the holiday season is officially lighting up with the opening night of Wegmans Lights on the Lake at Onondaga Parks.
Tonight kicks off the park's 3-month light show, and our reporter Kaitlin is live to tell us about their special charity collaboration. Kaitlin, what is going on there now?
Thanks, Caitlin and Riley. Yeah, it's definitely pretty windy out here, but everyone is cuddled up in their cars as they go through the 2-mile-long track with hundreds of holiday displays and over 600,000 lights. This year they have a Land of Oz display, as well as a series of twinkling fantasy forests, and you can tune into the music on the official radio station on Sunny 102.1. Today and tomorrow, though, are 2 of the event's specialty days, as they're their charity events, where 100% of the proceeds will go directly to 22 Until There's None, an organization that supports ending suicide among veterans, military personnel, and first responders. And the second organization is Syracuse Grows, that works to build up urban agriculture and gardening in the Syracuse community. Last year, this event raised over $10,000 for the charity events that they supported, and organizers are hoping that they're going to be able to bring in that same amount, kind of keep that holiday cheer up, and raise as much money as they can with this new season and with their new displays. And that's all I have for you guys today. I'll see you back in studio.
Thanks, Colleen. Looks beautiful. Well, multiple new concerts have been announced for Syracuse in 2026. A Boogie with the Hoodie and Weird Al Yankovic will be playing in the Salt City on March 29th and July 10th, respectively. A Boogie will be at the On Center with pre-sale tickets opening this Sunday, while Weird Al will be at the Empower FCU Amphitheater with the presale beginning tomorrow.
The East Syracuse Recreation Committee is now taking signups for their turkey giveaway. A Thanksgiving hay wagon will be delivering a free turkey to 30 families who live in the village of East Syracuse. If more than 30 families sign up, there will be a lottery. Along with turkeys, the Recreation Committee says Thanksgiving treats will also be on the wagon for anyone who stops by on its route. The deadline to register for the giveaway is Wednesday at noon.
Governor Kathy Hochul is asking the federal government to release $400 million that would help New Yorkers heat their homes. The Trump administration hasn't released funding for the Home Energy Assistance Program, or HEAP, that supports more than 1 million New Yorkers. The state says it will be ready to open applications for the program next week, but it will only be possible to start accepting them if federal funds are provided soon. In a press conference this morning, Hochul called out the Trump administration's spending.
It's amazing they couldn't come up with that $400 million, but $300 million for a gilded ballroom in the Capitol, in the White House. I mean, that shows what their priorities are. It is shocking. It is shocking.
Coming up next, President Trump is shifting his views on the Epstein files, what he wants the House to do.
Plus, a judge is criticizing the DOJ for its handling of former FBI Director James Comey's indictment. All that and more starts when News Live at 6 continues.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jason, let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner. Go.
Excellent. Soccer is fun. Yeah, I saw you guys out there. We're the family. Yeah! Oh, I thought you were on my team. Wait.
You're watching CitrusTV News Live at 6 with Kaitlin Campbell, Riley Fay, and Grace Elford. And now, your campus news leader continues.
Welcome back to News Live at 6. President Trump is changing his position on the release of the Epstein files, now calling on House Republicans to vote in favor of their release. Trump said in a Truth Social post late last night, quote, "We have nothing to hide and it's time to move on from this Democrat hoax perpetuated by radical left lunatics in order to deflect from the great success of the Republican Party," end quote.
His change comes as some of his most vocal supporters, like Georgia Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, criticized Trump for fighting the files' release. Even if the House passes the bill, there is no guarantee that Senate Republicans will go along.
A federal judge says the Justice Department engaged in a, quote, "disturbing pattern of profound investigative missteps" in the process of securing an indictment against former FBI Director James Comey. Judge William Fitzpatrick issued a 24-page opinion criticizing the DOJ's use of potentially privileged communications during the investigation and irregularities in the transcript of the grand jury proceedings.
Judge Fitzpatrick's opinion is adding to concerns that the Justice Department is being weaponized to go after Trump's political opponents. Comey is currently charged with lying to Congress in September of 2020.
And to the latest, the Department of Homeland Security is leading a crackdown on immigration in Charlotte, North Carolina, and are reporting at least 130 people arrested in an operation they're calling Charlotte's Web. Some of the people detained in Charlotte are already being transferred to long-term ICE holding facilities in Georgia.
DHS says the operations focus on North Carolina are due to their sanctuary policies. These remove local law enforcement from compliance with immigration officials. North Carolina Governor Josh Stein said radical profiling and random arrests are, quote, stoking fear and not making us safer. He asks residents to remain peaceful during this stressful time.
About an hour ago, the UN Security Council approved a U.S. plan for Gaza authorizing an international stabilization force. This team would further security to the region and potentially build a path to a Palestinian state.
The plan was approved in a 13-0 vote with Russia and China. The resolution endorses Trump's 20-point ceasefire plan, which included a board of peace.
And coming up on News Live at 6, all of the latest on your winter weather. Stick with us.
From school, I think it's an air raid. A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close. I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us. But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words. These are not my words. These are not my words.
Welcome to my house. Lately, not my happy place. Everybody's pretty tired of each other. The parents were not themselves. My little brothers were morphing into small creatures. The walls were closing in. Clearly, a case of too much family, too close, 24/7. And there's a lot of that going around right now. If this sounds like your house, try going someplace new. YourLifeYourVoice.org. You'll find lots of ideas to help you handle the family stresses of being confined to close quarters. YourLifeYourVoice.org. It might not get you out of the house, but it could help you find a little more breathing room.
From the CitrusTV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Welcome back into News Live at 6. Your last week of class before break is going to be pretty cloudy. Looking at tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to be pretty cloudy. And unfortunately on Friday, we will have some rain showers. I know a lot of people are going to be traveling that day, so just be pretty careful. And Saturday, we're going to be back to mostly cloudy. And I know we do have that winter weather advisory tonight. And looking at our radar, we're going to get a little bit of snow, but I'm not too sure if it's going to stick, which could be a good thing, could be a bad thing, depending on your opinion of snow. But the one thing I'm looking forward to this week is traveling home for Thanksgiving. And so looking at your travel forecast, you know, it is the busiest travel week of the year, so you're really going to want to brace yourself for that. Make sure you're prepared to wait in some long lines at the airport or encounter some traffic. There could be some snow in the Midwest region, but luckily on the East Coast, we're not going to get too much of that, which will be great for those driving and for those flying. So make sure you're taking caution on the roads and arriving early at the airport in case of some delays. There's going to be 82 million Americans driving home for Thanksgiving or flying home for Thanksgiving this year. So just make sure you're prepared and everything should go great and you'll get home to your family. I'm going to send it back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Grace. I know a lot of people are heading home this week, so definitely a few tips to give to everybody.
Yeah.
But it's not every day that you visit the mall and leave with some wildlife knowledge.
Our Maddie Ritter sat down with Miles Shearer to learn more about Little Ray's Nature Center and how one student organization is helping out.
This is Willow, and Willow is a two-toed sloth.
Most people visit the Destiny Mall to go shopping or eat a meal. But what they may not know is that one of the largest animal conservation facilities exists inside.
So Little Ray's Nature Center is one of the largest exotic animal rescues in North America, and all of the animals that we have here are from different situations. They're rescues, usually from private homes or other zoological facilities where they just need a new place to live. Here at Little Ray's, we also do a series of museum exhibits across the country. And so we'll basically see what you guys can see here today. We'll go to museums traveling around the United States, educating people about the importance of the natural world. We have about 150 animals here, and approximately 500 animals across all of Little Ray's facilities.
Miles is a junior at Syracuse studying environment, sustainability, and policy and international relations. And when it comes to wildlife, it's safe to say he's done his homework.
These ball pythons are native to Africa, and they're also called royal pythons because the kings and the queens in Africa used to wear them alive as jewelry. How cool is that animal right there?
The Nature Center is always accepting volunteers, and Crossroads Collective is one of the first Syracuse organizations to get involved.
Today we're making toys at Little Ray's from things that they have in the bins, just random pieces of rope, and it's a really great opportunity to be here.
Maddie Ritter, CitrusTV News.
Coming up in sports, Syracuse men's basketball traveled down to Philly. We'll give you the highlights from that and a whole lot more coming up here on News Live at 6.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
And now, your CitrusTV Sports Report.
Welcome back into News Live at 6. Well, the Syracuse men's basketball team had a very good weekend. They're undefeated. Dan, you were in Philly
Yeah,
for the
perfect
Drexel
3-0.
game.
Had some cheesesteaks and watched some basketball.
Yeah,
Okay, how was my hometown?
It lived up to the hype. It was pretty good. I can't lie.
Awesome. What was like the fan atmosphere there?
Oh, it was packed, nearly all orange, even though they're playing in Philly. So it's
Wow,
great
look at
team
that.
support. I know. So Syracuse was playing down in Philly against Drexel. Perfect 2-0 start to the year. Looking to get to 3-0. Let's take you through how that happened down there in Philadelphia against Drexel. Early on, Eli Beard makes a two-pointer to make it 4-2 Drexel 2 minutes in. But then Kyan Anthony puts in a layup. 24-19 Cuse. Donnie Freeman would add in a three-pointer of his own. 27-21 Syracuse. 5:46 left to go, but the Dragons weren't going away by any mean. Kavan Vanderhorst, a dunk, makes it a 2-point game with 3 minutes left to go in the first half. Nathan George makes it 37-32 Syracuse at the break. 32 points, the most points Syracuse has let up in a half in the first half this year. Then in the second, once again, Nathan George, he'd finished with 13 points. Kyan Anthony, a game-high 18, makes this a 41-32 lead for Syracuse. The Orange would pull away with this one. Donnie Freeman with the exclamation point. Syracuse wins 80-50 down in Philly. The first time that the Orange have let up 50 points or less to their first three opponents since 1949. And then just an hour north, number 10 Syracuse field hockey started and ended its NCAA journey in Princeton. Syracuse matching up with Liberty in the first round. And this one, it was a 2-2 tie, goes to shootouts. The freshman Aubrey Turner, 360 spin job, puts it in and advances Syracuse to the Elite Eight. Orange facing the Princeton Tigers yesterday, and in that game, Prue Lindsay would start things off. 5 seconds left to go in the third quarter. She scores off the APC 1-0 Tigers, but then Syracuse will go back to old reliable. Bo Von Kempen makes this a 1-1 game under 4 minutes left to go. She had 19 goals in the regular season, but just 2 minutes later, Princeton would serve Syracuse a taste of its own medicine. Beth Yeager puts it in off the attacking penalty corner. Princeton goes on to win this game 2-1, a third straight season for Syracuse under head coach Lynn Farquhar, where they have not made it to the Final Four. Now back here on the Hill, Syracuse women's basketball soared yesterday against Wagner, a massive win for FLJ's team. This was a 78-29 victory, the least amount of points Syracuse has led up to a team since 2016. The Orange are on fire, 4-0 start to the year. They face Utah on Friday out there in Mohegan Sun. And just a few hours ago, we learned that Syracuse men's soccer punched its ticket to the NCAA tournament. The Orange will face Hofstra in the first round here at home. That game is set for Thursday at 6 p.m. at SU Soccer Stadium. Guys, back to you at the desk.
Thanks so much. When we return, we'll have one last look at your wake-up weather.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes, but with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
Hi, my name is Sadie Miller.
My name is Luke Brady. I go by St. Luke.
So this one I started with this guitar lick.
Welcome back into News Live at 6. When you wake up tomorrow, it's going to be very cloudy, as you can see right behind me, and you're going to be in the 30s all throughout the day. So make sure you're bringing all of your weather gear just in case of any storms. Guys?
Well, Grace, I hope it kind of clears up. I don't think I can bear the cold, even though it just started.
I know, I'm like ready. Let's wrap it up. We saw the snow. I think we're good.
I know. It's like the 1 week, and then it's like, okay, that was cute for Instagram pictures, and now I'm like, okay, I'm ready for it to be over with.
I know, me too.
No more.
Well, speaking of Instagram, the Metropolitan Museum of Art announced that the theme of the 2026 Met Gala will be costume art. The gala will be accompanied by a new exhibition that aims to blur the lines between fashion and fine art.
This year's funding is coming from St. Laurent, Condé Nast, and Jeff and Lauren Bezos. I love seeing the Met Gala outfits. Like, it's so fun. The day afterwards is always so exciting.
I know. To like rank, I always see people ranking celebrities' Met Gala outfits. I think it's so fun.
Definitely. Do you guys have like a favorite look that you remember?
I feel like Zendaya always does really good.
Yes.
Dan,
I don't really have one. I'm still more confused. What does that theme mean? That's not like very specific. It just seems kind of broad.
It's always broad.
One time the theme was camp. Like, it just means whatever.
I feel like people kind of do their own twist on it, and they always just show up in something, and everybody's like, yeah, okay, that works.
I feel like that's the point, to like interpret the theme.
Sure.
Yes,
it's always fun.
And like come up with your own take on it.
I don't know. I feel like I'd be so scared to wear the wrong thing to the Met Gala if I ever even got invited.
So, yeah, because then you might not get invited again the next year.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Big risk.
Yeah. Fashion risk, yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I could ever like survive a red carpet. Could you guys ever walk a red carpet?
No, definitely.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I'd be scared.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Well, that's Citrus TV News Live at 6 for this Monday.
Don't forget you can follow us on social media. I'm Riley Faye.
And I'm Kaitlin Campbell. Have a good evening, Syracuse.